And hello everyone. I hope that you can hear me. Hello, okay, that probably means I can be heard. That's perfect. Am I a bit too loud? I can definitely bump it down a little. So I just tell me if I'm slightly too loud, I don't mind. Oh yeah, I guess I got you looking at them. Yeah, and I mean, if I'm a little bit too loud, please adjust your volume on YouTube actually. Probably better than me adjusting for everyone. Alright, so while the title of the stream is Conlanging a draft, I'm actually going to be going along with the prompt for the Speedlang challenge by Roy Poi Boy. Just check. Yeah, okay, he does use the name Maya Comet in the PDF, so I can call him that. That's perfect. Alright, so I'm going to first read the prompt out, because that way we are all aware of the contents. I have not yet read it. I saved it exactly for this stream, so. So the challenge runs from today, March 1, and for 2 weeks to March 14. Yeah, I'm going to DM him on Discord probably. So, phonology requirements. Make use of some sort of quantity distinction, such as long versus short or geminate consonants. Okay. It's okay the quantity distinction isn't 100% phonemic, as long as there's places where it is contrastive. Okay, so that's neat requirement. Glides and semi-vowels may not contrast by rounding or point of articulation. You can have at most one of your or other semi-vowels, unless it's your only glide, don't pop in with whatever. And tell me it wasn't on my list. They can exist phonetic. Okay, so they just cannot be phonemic. So I can just have like vowel combinations and pretend that there are no phonemic glides. That's perfect. Yeah, I'm probably going to be annoying about that. If you've got multiple glides in the suffix form, include a justification of why they're not contrastive. Oh yeah, okay, he's actually prepared for that. Have some sort of suprasegmental feature that isn't tone or stress. A suprasegmental feature exists on a scale in a language that's larger than segments, not the magazine. For example, tone or stress are often assigned on a syllable or word scale. You've got to include some feature like nasalization, glottalization, or roundedness. That's assigned above the level of segments. Hi, Cole. How are you? So reading this requirement for phonology, it makes me think that I'm going to include syllables that can require two vowels, or can have two vowels rather, so that I can pretend that I do not have glides and use the vowels instead. Yeah, the DLCC being a bit late for us Europeans, it's bound to do that. I still haven't had the time to watch it. Barely had the time to stream today. So I think I'm going to go with some sort of heavy syllables, super heavy syllables, that kind of stuff, in order to have suprasegmental features that apply to that. Yeah, that's probably going to be good, or at least admissible. Grammar. Include an open pronoun class. Okay. An open class is a word class that readily accepts new members. A language with an open pronoun class easily allows new words to be used as pronouns. Another way to look at this is to say there isn't really a distinct pronoun class, and your language freely allows nouns to have pronominal reference. Yeah, that's basically... Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. And just... Oh, actually I have an idea that would be allowing inflection for case on nouns only if they are used as pronouns. Oh, I hope you have a good time in history class. Feature insubordination, a phenomenon where in certain contexts, morphology that usually marks subordinate clauses appear in independent clauses. Click here to download the paper. Oh yeah, I don't have time to read the paper, so I'm going to leave that for the next stream. Have asymmetrical negation. In asymmetrical negation, the structure of a negated sentence is somewhat different from the structure of an affirmative sentence outside of the negation itself. Oh yeah, I know that one. Okay. Just a question for you. Did that actually mute me? Because I just coughed and I would like to know whether my shortcut worked. Then, mark indefinite noun phrases but not definite ones. The marking can be with an affix, particle, determiner. Okay. So you have marked indefiniteness, but you don't mark the definite ones. Okay. Invisible syntactic head that you've got to move things around to satisfy. Whatever you want, as long as it's just on indefinites. Okay, so just... yeah, I did cough, but I muted myself using a shortcut I built. I just wanted to know whether it actually worked. Seemed like it did. So, tasks. 1. Document and showcase your language, explaining and demonstrating how it meets all the elements of the challenge. Yeah, so basically just make a draft. I gloss 5 example sentences, that's fine. Include an example showing at least 15 possible pronouns. Okay. I'm going to hope that it's not 15 possible pronouns in one sentence. Because I'm not doing that. Optional, submit your funnel... Okay, yeah. I might actually. No, I can't because I'm planning on streaming that a bit later than the deadline. What would an invisible syntactic head be? I'm not sure I'm the best person to explain this, but essentially you can move something around that will cause something to agree a certain way. So that the focus is a loaded term in linguistics, but the main thing is going to be inflected differently depending on whether it's definite or indefinite, but it does not only depend on it's itself being definite or indefinite. As I said, I'm not the best person to explain anything with syntax, really. If you have any trouble with syntax, actually, I can recommend... what the fuck? I can recommend going to YouTube and googling searching for Connie. He's a syntax professor, and he's made a few companion videos for his book, Syntax, just called Syntax. A Generative Introduction, 4th edition, and he has made a lot of videos to accompany it. So if you want to learn something about syntax, just watch that. I'm just going to send a link in the chat. There you go. Does this pronoun rule allow for allowing to create pronouns out of existing personal pronouns? I am not sure that I understand the question. Okay, so I think that you are asking, so creating pronouns out of existing personal pronouns is just inflecting them, I think. However, the second part of your question about names, for instance, that is what the open class is. If someone is called, as in your example, Lena, you can say Lena is just the nominative, but if it's, I don't know, whatever other case, you can say that Lenata is the marking for that case, and you've just used that as an open pronoun. It's not really a pronoun if you just use the name, but maybe you have some way of making it into a pronoun instead of using the name itself, by using, say, just syllable, or I don't know. I probably need to do some reading on how languages handle open pronoun classes. What's this? They're asking a new conlang. Yeah. Maya Comet Speedlang challenge. I don't know if this noise comes through, like a spoon in a cup. Does it come through? Because I'm just stirring my tea. Okay, it does. Hope it's not too annoying. I'll have to mess with the noise gate settings. Thank you, Marco. Alright, so let's go with this. So Speedlang, yes. I forgot to implement the subtitle, so I'm making that into the title. It's not really tea, it's just an infusion. It's thyme and lemon with some honey. If I'm going to be speaking for 2 hours, I need that. So this, you may recognize this layout from segments. Left page, right page. Because I'm also making a layout for segments in LaTeX for the next issue. So that it's much easier to collaborate on it. Among mods, I mean. Alright, so I downloaded the PDF. Got it right there. I'll keep that for reference on the screen. And let's do that. So let's see. If I want a vowel chart, I'll just copy my own code. So let's just pick a random system. So let's get rid of that because I don't need it. I'm going to get rid of the blob. And I'm going to add 2 vowels to this. I think it's going to have to be at I don't know actually. Is it if I just do 1 1? Oh no, it's 0.5 and 1, I think. If I do this, it should be here. I'm expecting it to pop out. Yeah, in the I just inverted the coordinates. Can I make sense of this? And why did my E disappear? Where's my E? What is wrong with me? Sorry, it's been a while since I have used that package. Okay, Yep, I've messed that up. Oh, that's because it's covered by this one, which is 0, 0. Okay. This should be here. Correct? Or not? No. Why am I an idiot? Now it should be good. Why? Oh, because it's 0, not 1. There we go. So I want E and I want O, probably. So this is 1 and is it 3? No. Yeah, it should be. 1, 2, 3. Why? Yeah, okay, that's good. So that's just a 5-vowel system plus a schwa. I'm thinking that I'll keep the schwa, because I want to. What else? We can have roundedness, which I think I would like to have. Let's see, how does it work? If I just want this, and to have this, does it just replace it, or is it smart enough? I don't remember how it's built. Yep, okay. I think I messed that up. No, I didn't. Why is it? Oh, because it's centered. Does that work? Yeah, good enough. Oh no, that's ugly. I need to keep it that way. And let's see, I also want some... Actually, I'm going to get rid of that one. And add a rounded vowel here. Let's see, do I want this one or do I want another one? That's a good question. I think I'm just going to go with that. Oh, and yeah, 0.1. And I'm probably going to have to recenter this, minus 0.1. Sorry. Am I still muted? Because YouTube is telling me that I do not send audio at all. Oh, okay, thank you. I did think that was weird because OBS is telling me that it is capturing audio. Alright, guess YouTube is just wrong then. Because it's telling me that I'm sending no audio information. Whatever. So, now that we have a basic vowel system, which I'm going to call phonology, subsection, vowels. Oh yeah, subsection, that way. I'm going to do that. And now let's have a subsection consonants. Yep, that looks okay. And I'm going to go and grab the consonant chart for one of my conlangs. Get rid of the label. Actually, let's go with that. Phonemic consonants. Consonants, yeah. And let's go with that for now. I'm going to add some colons and everything. Let's see. This way. Oh. Just need to readjust everything. There we go. There is a better way to deal with these colons being in bold. I'm just not going to do it right now because it's a bit time consuming to just redo it. Oh, yeah, I fucked that up. There we go. Yep. So I'm going to get rid of the labels. And of everything in between. Alright, so what consonants do we want? We don't really have any restrictions on consonants beyond the glides. So what do we want? Do you have any suggestions? I can go with something very bland and minimalist. Which I would not mind. But if we could just make it a bit interesting, that could also be good. So what do you want me to add? Oh, well, I'm glad that you're back, Carl. Let's go with something like labial here, because I do want labial phonemes. Then just going to render again. alveolar. Let's go with something velar. Why do we want implosives? I think that could be pretty good in a very, very specific way. Oops. What are we doing exactly? The Speedlang challenge by Mike Comet. Okay, so you want double. Okay, so you want that. I am not sure that I want Kpa. It's I don't know. I mean, as an affricate, yeah, her is quite nice. So approximants, we just get rid of that, and yeah, we just get rid of that. I know that I want pa. I'm going to go with something bland at first. No, that's nasal, sorry. So I do want m and n, at least. Do we want this? Let's see. I mean, at this rate, I might. Ka is uvula, right? I'm going to group them together and make this the only. There we go. So if I want something glottal, actually I'm just going to go with uvula. It's why bother, really? Yeah, I'm finicky about my tables. So if I want that, I'd rather not insert that in a Speedlang because I don't have the time, or will, really, to think about it too much and make it actually viable. If I had 2 months, or maybe even just 1 month, maybe, but. And if my life wasn't such a mess right now, so. And I wasn't so busy. I can speak. Let's see. What do we have here? I kind of want to just add this one. Because why not? What else could we add? As far as Vela goes, I don't want nasal, however, I do want both of these. We have voice indistinction here, we will have voice indistinction here. However, I do not want voice indistinction in labels. So let's add it here as well. Let's see, velar fricatives, I do not want them. I want them as allophones of G. Actually, do I even want to... Yeah, I think I'm just going to get rid of that. And do it this way. Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure about the ch, but maybe. You could have all plosives as corresponding fricatives. Yeah, actually, I might just get rid of that one, just all affricates and have them occur only allophonically. It is a staff member speaking. Depends what you mean by staff, but I am one of the moderators, yes. Actually, I'm going to do this. Okay. And this. There we go. That should put us in a good spot. We don't have trios, but that's fine. I'm just going to delete that. And I think that's okay. I mean, not specifically German, but yeah, that's there. You did say, yeah, you are the one who gave the idea about every plosive having a corresponding fricative. So I just went with affricates for every plosive POA. Let's see now. About vowels, we need to give them some distinction of quantity. Does the book document class have this subsection? Be very nice if it does. Let's see, does it have it? Yes, it does, perfect. I mean, I might actually do this. That's a good point. Just 3 sonants is not very much. Yeah, I could give the consonant quantity, yeah. This is going to have L. And this is going to have, why not actually a, there we go. Should be good. Yep, it does compile, that's perfect. So let's go with this for now. And I think that today's stream is going to be just the phonology and allophony and everything else, but just no grammar for now. And yeah, the velolateral it's pretty nice, just darkening. Hmm. What about La? No, I just don't want it. Oh, hi, Lucalini. That's a name I've not seen in a while. This is the Speedlang challenge by Maya Comet. I'm just going to send a Reddit link in the chat. Probably easier that way. So, let's go with that. And contradistinction. All vowels, actually, I'm not going to say it here. Subsection, and this is going to be called syllable structure. You're surprised you recognized? I mean, you were a part of the Conlang's Discord for a bit, weren't you? I'm happy to see. Oh yeah. Oh no, this is very easy. That's just later, because that's just me messing around. Just focus on the output on the right. That's all you need to know. This is just me making it fancy, but the output is just that. I'm going to try and get rid of this silly YouTube pop-up that tells me I'm muted. There, it's gone. So, syllable structure. Very quick note of the maximum syllable structure. What coding language is this? It's not really a coding language. It's a markup language. It's more akin to HTML than it is to a coding language. You can learn it on this, and it's what many people use to make pretty documentation for the grammar, for the conlangs, for linguistics papers. So, for instance, can I just have this? For instance, this one that Maya Comet put in the post here, click here to read the prompts, that leads you to download the PDF, that's just this, and it's using LaTeX for making that. It's quite easy to learn, at least the basics. If you want to make something that keeps, that brings you outside of the standard and already defined framework, it's hard. And I do not advise trying to take notes in it or write fast, but to have a pretty final product, it very much works very well. The what Discord? I'm in the R Conlangs Discord, subreddit Conlangs Discord. Weren't you in it? I'm doubting myself now. So anyway, syllable structure. A very quick note of the maximum syllable structure, which is going to be and with a typo, that's always nice. Let's go with... Let's go with that. Just as a guideline. let's see. All syllables a mandatory. Have a mandatory V segment. Oh, nice. That might be where I got your name from then. Let's see. So all syllables absolutely have a vowel. That's pretty standard. Now let's see. Let's impose some fun restrictions. In their coda than they do in their onset. Let's... What other fun restrictions can you think of? Will everyone's conlangs be broadcasted? What do you mean? Do you mean the entries for the Speedlang challenge? Because if that's so, no, we are not going to be broadcasting them. Laterals cannot occur after a consonant. After another consonant. As such, they can either be word initial on the right edge. Oh no, what into syllable initial? No sonorants. I'm more iffy about that. Well, I do like this. It does keep us away from quite a few. Though, really, do we have any other sonorants? Oh yeah, we do have m and n. So sonorants actually makes more sense, I think. Sonorants. Let's go with that. If there is anything that is unclear in what I'm writing, please do let me know. And to more fully answer the question that I interrupted myself answering, no, all the submissions for the Speedland Challenge are not going to be broadcasted. We are not doing that because we did not ask if we could. But in the future, we may ask whether or not we can, and then we might broadcast some of them. But that's a very heavy might and absolutely not a guarantee. But was always going between labials and alveolars. So that would mean that labials and alveolars cannot follow each other. Which I'm not sure that it's good justification for. I mean, uh, so we are not dealing with a typical sonority hierarchy if we do that, Marco, which is perfectly fine. Just sonority hierarchy would want that we have a plosive, then a fricative, then a vowel, then a fricative, then a plosive, so that sounds that are lower on the sonority hierarchy, that are less sonorous, are more external to the. Sorry, I mixed them up. Sounds that are lower on the sonority hierarchy are more sonorous. So you would have these sounds be more internal to the word, to the syllable. No, we cannot have Muppeter as a cluster because maximal syllable structure is CCVVCC. Unless you insert some type of syllable boundary in there, and I'm going to come back to that and syllable boundaries. I have a few ideas, I'm just going to write them down because this is not a collaboration. Sorry, I'm just asking you as advisory. So they can only be syllable initial, syllable internal on the right edge, or on their own in the coda. Subsection. Oh, I already had one. Whatever. Syllable boundaries. So what does happen I'm actually going to copy that here and have a maximal onset principle, which is just a very nice principle I really like to use. It makes dealing with what is a syllable much easier. If two syllables in a word can be represented as sigma. I'm going to have to do some fancy notation here, I think, and I'll do the fancy annotation later. But for now, I'm going to use that for syllables. This is not what I wanted to do. This way. This way. Can I do a subscript? How do I do subscript in LaTeX? I don't remember. Nice. I think... Oh yeah, I don't remember. Hey, whatever. I'm just going to not do it this. So this is just a syllable that ends in CC and a syllable that starts in CC. There we go. I'm going to do that. Text subscripts, thank you. Also, hi Keras. Fancy seeing you here. But I'm not going to bother using that right now because it doesn't appear to... Yeah, it doesn't appear here. Whatever. The first syllable is to the onset of the next one. Maximally here means that it cannot break consonants that no. If it breaks any other rule of syllable formation. Should be good. Is CCC then allowed interval? I'm going up to that. This is why I have this started right there. Oh yeah, and Keras, since you just arrived, we are doing the Speedlang challenge by Maya Comet. I'm going to send the link here. So let us say we have two maximal syllables adjacent to each other. To one another, to each other. Which one is better? I don't think one is better, but I might be wrong. Like, my instinct tells me that none is better, but my instinct also tells me that I'm wrong. I just don't know which. So, we have two maximal adjacent syllables to each other. I'm going to have some rules for assimilation. Can I show? Oh yeah, begin itemize. Actually, I'm going to go with enumerate. Oops, there we go. I need at least 4, I think. So, first thing that occurs is going to be let's see, so first some assimilation. All sounds at the edges of the syllables made to the most to the one of the two that is highest in the sonority hierarchy. Note that I'm not necessarily trying to be very naturalistic here. Because who cares about naturalism? I'm making a conlang, might as well just make it fun. Actually, should I treat it this way? Do I have sub? No, I do not. That's too bad. I say one another, but that's coming from a non-native. Yeah, I mean, your expertise is still valid if you have a diploma in English, but yeah, I know paragraph, but I really dislike using that. I find it to be very ugly and bad form. Though, I mean, I guess this would be something that I could improve on this layout. Yeah, I know. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I just wish. Yeah, that's very ugly. Like, it's just not aligned. I'm just going to be doing paragraphs and not using the command. Sound at the edge of the syllable assimilates to the one of the two that is highest in the sonority hierarchy. Ooh, this is very bad form. I'm using a jump skip. A line break, whatever it's called. Adding some space, anyway. So yes, they do that. If they can't, if the two are of a similar place of articulation, if the two are of different place of articulation, which font is a serif? That's Brill. That should be good. Yeah, that's just the Brill. So if they are of different place of articulation, I'm going to be describing that right after the other one. Sounds are. I'm going to just use sounds for phonemes, it's fine. Yeah, Brill is quite nice. It's the one I use in segments. Which, honestly, I'm only using because Cuban told me to. Same rank in the sonority hierarchy. Yes, it does have full IPA support. That's why we use it. Oh, Cole, you're laughing about my comment on Cuban asking me to use Brill, right? I mean, that's valid. Let's see, what else can we do? I mean, I'm thinking about what may come up next, but I should probably just finish that paragraph. One of them is deleted. They are of different if one of them is voiced and the other isn't, only the unvoiced one remains. You just said honestly with H. Oh. Yeah? Am I the only one to say honestly and not honestly? Is that not common? I cannot type. Yep, I'm the only one. Okay, gotcha. This is just my hypercorrection. Sorry, my hypercorrection. I mean, maybe you'd never hear anyone tell you anything honestly. Maybe that's just the reason, you know? You're just not trustworthy, so no one is honest with you. If the two are of different places of articulation, what happens then? The there. I'm going to go with syllable weight, and then I'm going to be jumping to word structure. Syllable weight is, I don't want to say calculated, but I keep making the same typo. Do I have it more than once, actually? Yeah. Only is dependent how many sounds are in a syllable, what these sounds are. For instance, instant tense, yeah. Sa is heavier, is lighter. I'm going to go the other way. It's lighter than the syllable, I don't know, pan. Fewer sounds. I'm going to bold this and this. Let's go with actually no, I'm going to go that way with pal. However, is lighter than, I'm going to take a more extreme example actually. And it's lighter than pan that I used at the beginning. You still love me? I don't know how you manage. I've given up on that long ago. So Zdal, however, is lighter than pan. Despite containing the same number of sounds. Ends are heavier, and I'm going to italicize that. sounds contained in oops pan are heavier. The weight value of an individual phoneme, the weight. I cannot speak nor type today. Very nice. The weight value of an individual phoneme is governed by its rank, the sonority hierarchy. Now, before I commit further to sonority hierarchy, let's just check that I don't have it reversed. Nope, I'm good. Yeah, it doesn't really have a... Yeah, it's most sonorous to least sonorous, but I usually use it as the plosives at the top and vowels at the bottom. So least sonorous to most sonorous. A sound, the more value it adds. Oh, I think I used that, yeah. Yeah, I need highest, lowest, least sonorous. If they are, but not if they are. The word value for an individual phoneme is governed by its rank in the sonority hierarchy. The least sonorous a sound, the more weight or value it adds. So it's going to go with something like stops and affricates together. It can be represented as such. I'm going to put capital here. The less sonorous a sound. Oh yeah, the less. I even read it back to myself and I thought it was fine. It can be represented as such. Stops. Fricatives. Nasals. Vowels. Oh, and approximants somewhere, which is usually right before vowels. And I want to keep that because I like consistency and not confusing people for a speedlang. One exact value is needed. Can be thought of as one weight value point for each rank. Is that sentence clear? I'm not sure it is. So if I say it's one weight value point for each rank, and vowels would be 1, what would you think that nasals are as far as points go? Because to me, it's instinctual, but it might not be for you, but I wrote that, so I'm biased. Hmm. So let's go with the rest. What does weight value do? Is going to trigger suprasegmental phenomena. So let's go with that. What's stretching suprasegmental phenomena? No, that would be tone. I don't want tone, I don't want stress because I don't care for stress. Let's see, fricatives, nasals. How does that render actually? Yeah, the arrows are showing here. I'm going to put all of this in bold. I'm thinking of two things. I would want heavy syllables that contain a nasal next to a vowel to have the vowel become nasalized, and I would want rhythm to play a role too. Yes, as in rhythmic lengthening. Let's go with rhythmic lengthening. And what is a language that does this? Uh, is it Cherokee that has rhythmic lengthening? And I'm thinking of a Native American language that deals with syllable weight and has rhythmic lengthening for it. I think it's Lakota or Cherokee. Maybe in Ingham's grammar or something. I'm not sure. Uh, can I think about that? I really do not remember, but I think it is Cherokee. It could be. I don't know that I've ever read a grammar for it though. So if it does, I don't think I would be aware of it. Do I even have a grammar of Chickasaw? I do, but it's only 40 pages and I don't see. Oh yeah, it probably does, yeah. It would very much make sense. Kawasaki, I don't think I've ever read a grammar of either. Let me just open a grammar of Cherokee. No, it does not mention it. I do not have a grammar of Kawasaki. Oh yeah, I do. Without a typo, it's much better. It's not that one, pretty sure. It's not that one that I was thinking of. Because they did not have the pictures at the beginning. I'm pretty sure it's what Cherokee. And it's not Cox grammar, it might be Howard. Let's see. I am fairly sure that it was Iroquoian, and it was not Mohawk. So it could be a Muskogean one. I think it's... oh, it might be Choctaw actually. I'm just going to go here and type super heavy in the... yes, it was Choctaw. It was Choctaw that I was thinking about. And does it have rhythmic lengthening? Yes, it does. It was that one. So how does it do it? Rhythmic lengthening. Choctaw has a pervasive rule of rhythmic lengthening. I'm not going to read you all of that. I'm just going to skim it quickly. Yeah, that does correspond to what I had in mind. And how does it do it? Oh, so that's the expectation that it's not right. And I'm not going to read it all because that's going to be boring for you. But if you want me to send you this grammar, I can. Just DM me on Discord or something. I'll send it to you. So, rhythmic lengthening. So it should be quite regular. So let's define a rule. And I'm going to correct my typo too. Always better. Let's see. Starting, no. In a polysyllabic word with at least 3 vowels, a rhythmic lengthening spreads from it spreads from the heaviest syllable. I can manage that. There we go. So what I want to do is to have the rhythmic lengthening spread from the heaviest syllable, as I wrote, just in case you did not catch that, and every other syllable from it in both directions, so that it's perfectly regular. Well, perfectly is arguable, but so that it's every other syllable. It's going to lengthen the vowel. If it's already a long vowel, I'm not sure what's going to happen, probably nothing. Maybe it will actually stop the spread if it's a very long word, which might be quite nice if we decide to make it polysynthetic. Oligosynthetic. As I'm going to be screamed at by Lucy. So, Oh, YouTube is still annoying me with telling me there's no audio. You can hear me, right? Anyway, so it's going to spread from the heavier syllable on both sides. Stop at the if it encounters a syllable with a long vowel. What if there is no heavier syllable? In a word where what if you mean if there is no one heavier syllable? Then if I guess oh no, I actually hadn't thought of that. I'm going to make some examples. The vowels of every other syllable in its spread. No. This phenomenon is stopped if in its spread it encounters a... do we have it stop if it encounters a similarly heavy... Yeah, I'm going to do that. Of equal weight to the one spread from. What if there is... So let's say that there are 3 syllables in the word. One is of value 4, then 2, then 4. It's not going to spread at all. But what if it's like 2, 4, 2, 3, 4? Then they are an odd number apart, so spreading from both is going to lengthen every syllable. So that's not possible. So I am going to say it is the closest from the start or end of the word. I don't know which. I'm using encounter and fall as different terms here, so that encounter is just go through or go in, but falls is when it's supposed to be active. I'm going to give some examples for both. Actually, do I have text HL? No, what did I use again? I don't remember. I'll look it up later. Oh no, I just used that, okay. Yep, that's good. I'm also going to italicize it, actually. Or if it falls on a syllable with an already long vowel. On the heavier syllable that is closest from the end of the word. Gotta make a decision. A few hypothetical word structures. Will be written are the weight values is with an additional marker for length or for the quantity of the vocalic begin itemize. So this is going to be, I think I'm going to need to give like 3 examples. So this one is going to be for v is to be read. Oh, actually, as a syllable with a weight value of 4 and a single vowel. So let's say 5 to be read as a syllable with a weight value of 5 and 2 different short vowels. Three V and length marker to be read as a syllable with a weight value of 3, a long vowel. There, I think that's pretty clear. Is it? I'm asking you. And while I'm asking you, I'm going to make myself some more tea. And I'm back with more tea. So, as I was asking you, is the formulation quite clear for how I'm going to be notating the syllables? Alright, that's perfect. So let's devise some hypothetical words without actually thinking about what I'm doing. I'm going to put every syllable in parentheses, actually no, I'm going to put dots. Much better. I'm going to decide that long vowels are worth twice the points, one for each. Actually, no. Long vowels have a value of 1.5 points. Let's go with that. Two V. I'll probably bother making trees later, just detailing everything. I did that in another grammar of mine for something that also has to do with weight values. Let me just find the page, and it gets quite complex. This. It's quite the pain. Some of you probably already saw that for Edoki. Anyway, oops. Let's go with that. I'm going to beg and enumerate. Of course, let's see. I'm going to make 5 words. Should be enough to demonstrate. Uh, 2VV. Oh, actually, 2V is not possible, is it? Yeah, 2V is not possible because if we count 1 for vowel, it at least has a vowel, and then it has something that is not a vowel, therefore it is worth at least 2. So 2V is not possible. So let's go with that. 2VV just means it has 2 vowels. That's perfectly fine. And just 2 vowels. Then for V, what's possible actually? Value, yes. If we want a... So the structure is this. Where is the order? Here. So stops, fricatives, nasals, approximants, vowels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, vowel has the lightest weight value. It's the other way around. Yeah. Which I think is the opposite of what I did for my other conlang. I don't remember. So yes, stops at the highest value, and then... Oh yeah, I see how it's confusing. So in your mind, it went 1 for stop, 2 for fricatives, 3 for nasals, 4 for approximants, and 5 for vowels. Yes, including onsets. I might insert some variations for where in the syllable it is, as I did in my other conlang, but I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm going to go for something simpler, because that's a Speedlang. So 4V, so 5VV would mean that it's one vowel. Actually, I'll write something after that about that. 4V and 7VV. And now let's go with higher counts. So let's go with 13V dot period rather. 13V, 11VV. Almost sounds cute, VV. Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was analogous to Moray, where onsets have no value. No, here they do have value, it's just the same as if they were elsewhere. Uh, 13V, 11VV, let's go with, I don't know, 14V long. Then 9V and another 14V long. Then let's have another that is also thought out, because I want to demonstrate specific things with them. Actually, I'm going to lower this and this. Let's see, I want... so yeah, it's from the end of the word. So I did okay with that. Oh, actually, since it's from the end of the word, and towards the start of it. So let's go with something like 9V. Oh, actually, that's not possible. Okay, that's not possible. I've noticed a complete incompatibility. So if a long vowel has a value of 1.5, any word that has a long vowel cannot have a whole number as its value, because it is the only segment that has a 0.5 value. So I'm going to go with nothing here, and it's actually a value of 2 because it's vowel, they're just the same. Though no, that's not phonemic anymore. Long vowels have a value of 3. Let's go with that. So that's impossible. No, actually, if it's just a vowel, consider there's only one. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, if there's only one, but it is long, there is no more weight value. It's just long and has other effects on that. Okay. See, this is what takes me the most time in conlangs, seeing how everything interplays and not fucking it up. That's important. Oh, shut up, YouTube. Yes, there is sound. So 9V, 7VV. Let's go with another 9V. And then 5V, whatever. And a 10V long. Because I want to demonstrate that this works. This does not. This works. Yes, so long vowels are important not in the weight, but in the way the rhythmic lengthening is going to behave. So now, I'm going to just keep those four, actually. I think it's enough. I'm going to convert that to proper examples using barracks later. So in one, what do we have in one? The heaviest syllable at the start of the word. The rhythmic lengthening cannot lengthening. The rhythmic lengthening cannot spread further to the left edge of the word and is thus. Oh, and is just nothing actually. I'm just going to go with that. No lengthening. Lengthening, yeah. No lengthening occurs. In two, syllable, the 7VV syllable. The heaviest and at the right edge of the word. It triggers lengthening in the syllable two spots to the left. How do I say it? There is a better word. I know there is. Two emplacements to. I know there is a word. I just cannot find it. I'm just going to be precise and say which one. The two vivi syllable. As it is two syllables. To the left. Steps, thank you. Two steps further to the left. It cannot spread further as it reaches the end of the word. In three, there are two identically heavy Actually, I'm going to insert another example, which is going to be almost identical to this one. But what did I want to change? I lost that one. I think I just wanted to do this. I lost my train of thoughts. Two steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, 1 step forward, 1 step backward. Sounds like kind of progress for some. So there are 2. No, there is not. That's 4 now. So in in 3. Oops. I pressed the wrong key. And it affects (7V) to its left, 2 steps over 2 steps to the left, actually. Just syllables to the left. Might be a bit better now. In 4, there are 2 identically heavy syllables. Yes, 14V long and 14V long. Oh no, I know what I wanted to do with the other one. I'm going to move that. Here. However, they are 1 step apart. And the spread from the rightmost syllable, rightmost of the 2, will ignore the other one, thus spreading to the 9V and 7V. Yes. That's what I wanted to show when I was writing the example. So in 5, we find again 2 identically heavy syllables. 14V long, but this time 2 steps apart, which prevents the spread, lengthening. Oh, I know what I'm going to do actually. Let's see. It stops if it's spread. If it needs spread, it encounters a syllable of equal weight to the one it's spread from. So if it encounters it, this also stops it. I'm dumb. So actually, yeah, that's what I wanted to feature. I just did not do that. As the spread would need to go through to go from the rightmost one end through the other one, it's highlight. Thus encountering it, it cannot spread. So in 6, this is our first normal one that's no lengthening, that's only one, yes, that's also only one, but from another starting position. That's none, and that's 2 starting from the end. Yep, that's it. So I did think them through, I just got confused on these ones. Okay, so in 6, the heaviest are 10V long. Actually, I'm going to do this way and correct that. And add an example where it's everything is this. Yeah, oops. Everything is like this except we have a long one. And there actually it's going to be a 2V. Or even just a 1V long. Yeah. This implies that it's a plus event. Yeah, that works. Yeah, all of this works for now. In 6, the heaviest rightmost 10V long would trigger the spread of rhythmic lengthening towards its left. However, the first syllable to which it would normally spread is here, 1V long, an already long vowel. Stops here. And 9V, no, 9V, not B. Is unaffected as well. You know what, I think I'm actually going to take this challenge from my comment and submit this article to the phonology one. Submit your phonology segments phono challenge. Oh yeah, that's only if I had taken the inventory in the segment phono challenge. So I might actually just make it into an article for the phono issue. So I'd like to know who is still here listening or watching. Or ideally both. Moy. Who is Moy? I don't know a Moy. Hi, Sven. Oh, so you have my annoying accent in the background. How nice of you. I'm thinking about what I can do next. You've missed most of this due to online learning, but you're still here now. Okay, what are you learning online, by the way? I'm curious. No, it's not a typo. This is a typo. I knew I spotted one. A levels. I don't know what that is. If I recall, you are in the UK, and I don't know the UK system very well. Which my perfect British accent might have misled you to believe otherwise. Please do not contradict me on this. It hurts. Like back but worth. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. That I can relate to. I mean, I also do not have my back, so. Because I dropped out of high school before finishing, finishing it. Your British, your British accent is perfect, but only on every fourth word. Yes, I agree. I do not know what you are saying about my accent. My accent is very perfect. It's actually more effort for me to speak that way. It's terrible. And by that way, I mean with a French accent. Uh, I would want to change the style of numbering in Braille, but I don't remember how I do that. Probably just in the specifications. I could change it, I think, in there. Numbering features or stylistic set. It's whatever. So, what else did we want to do? Rhythmic lengthening and... Oh, let's do some vowel harmony, actually. That's suprasegmental, right? I think. Let's check. Because I'm doubting myself now. Consonant harmony, I mean, why not? I've spotted a typo here. I have a very good eye with typos 10 minutes after I make them. So what languages do consonant harmony? It's long distance, so some Athabascan languages, I think, do it. Probably Navajo. Dene, maybe. And do I have a grammar for Dene? I should hope so. Sami languages, probably. I really do not know much about Sami languages. Let's go with Shumash, I think does that. And I know that I have a grammar for it. Yeah, I think this one is a good grammar for it. Though it's a bit old. And oh yeah, it's 500 pages. Fine. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not reading the entire phonology section because it's 110 pages. Oh no, it's... Okay, yeah. That's just section number. Okay, I see, I see. Yeah, it does have sibilant harmony, okay. Let's see. Reduplicate the stem. It's probably in there. But that's still 5 pages. I'm not reading that now. So let's just keep with some vowel harmony. As much as I would love to do consonant harmony, I don't want to do that in a Speedlang. It's a phenomenon that I don't have much knowledge about. So if I'm going to learn about it at the same time, I'd rather take my time. But vowel harmony is more familiar to me. Though, let me just reread that. Open pronoun class, I will go into do that on the next stream. Glide semivowel may not construct by rounding or point of articulation. What if I do not want to have that phonemically? That's fine. They can exist phonetically, they just cannot contrast. That's perfectly fine. No, not. I'm not going to call it full consonant harmony because I want it to be more like some type of allophony. But I'll go read on the Chumash grammar a bit later. And did it say something about rounding? Glides and semivowels may not contrast by rounding, okay? And that, however, can be a thing. Okay, so we do have some rounded vowels. They are only high in front. I want the unrounded vowels to trigger something in the already rounded vowels. So E, U, O. So E, A, R are going to trigger changes in this and these. But how? How are we going to do this? What is going to be the trigger? Do we have that happen only on affixation? Or also in roots? Actually, we could have something like, let's say we have a root that is kero. Oh, kilo. That's yeah. We have all of this. So this is V unrounded, C unrounded, C rounded. So if we have this, that's a root. But maybe something like this, which is C, V, rounded CV rounded is different from what is it? No, we cannot have that because we don't have phonemic unrounded vowels for the back ones. Oh, actually. Okay, no, I have an idea. There we go. This is how we do the open class of pronouns. So we're going to have the pronouns, the nouns, mutate and take on some vowel harmony, that is in the rounded harmony, if they are used as pronouns. This seems quite... you know what, I'm just going to scrap it and we're going to do that when we get to the grammar. And instead, I'm going to go with another subsection that is called allophony. And I'm going to fill that later on another stream because I've been at this for 2 hours. So I'm going to stop here, upload the stream to YouTube, and come back on Friday, Friday afternoon, to do the rest of the Speedlang. And then again on the next Tuesday. I did ask Maya, I can do that and submit just a few days late. Because I'm documenting when I do it. Yeah, I've been at this for 2 hours, so I'm going to stop for now. And come back on Friday. I hope that you all have a very good day. And thank you for tuning in. See ya!